So basically what we've done, we've created a small little header tank that runs down to a little lever valve so we can control this little experiment we're going to do, and then we've got a 15mm to 22mm reducer going onto a straight coupling, a load of 22mm pipe with a bung at the end. I'm just going to turn the water on for you now so you know that it's actually real. So, real. Oh, look at that, we've got wee-wees. We're going to have one at the side. That way you can turn the water off, just like that. So now the water is off. We've got our little tank up here, like I said, feeding. We can easily put it out for them properly. So this is the quick fix. What you're going to do is you get yourself a little bit of rubber. I mean, it could be anything. Anything rubber. Anything you can just press over the hole like so. And then all you need to do is basically grab yourself a Jubilee clip. There's plenty of plumbers who've done this before, trying to buy themselves some time. Or if they're on another job and they've just popped out. I mean, often you'll be on a job, someone will run over the road to where you are and say, can you come to my house quickly? I've got a pinhole, it's going everywhere, and this is the way you'll get over it, and so you can pop over there later on and actually effect a proper repair. So you're going to basically pop this little bit of rubber over here, and then you're going to get your Jubilee clip like so. You're going to close your Jubilee clip up, and then you're going to do that up nice and tight. But you'll notice straight away, if you turn the water back on, we've still got our two other pinholes, but the one we've done so far is now fixed temporarily. So now if we turn the water back on, you should see no leaks. So that's pinhole pipe repair number 1 done. Now let's have a quick look at pinhole pipe repair number 2. Again, like I've just said, the first thing we've got to do is turn the water off. I just want to reiterate that the fix we've just done here is going to work pretty well on like a gravity fed system. If you're on mains pressure, just cross your fingers, okay? Because it's so completely ruined and knackered on the inside that it's going to fall apart when you put a pipe slice on it or a cutter. Now, most plumbers are going to have a pipe slice like this, so they're going to be able to cut this really easily, but the rest of you are probably going to be using a hacksaw. What you want to do is this. You want to get your pipe slice blade, if you can see it, or the blade of your hacksaw directly over the pinhole that you've actually got and that's leaking. So you can see my blade just here. So I'm just going to swap that, pop that right over this, like so. I'm just going to cut this pipe now. And this fix is only going to work if you have a bit of spring in the pipe, and unfortunately you're probably not going to know that until you've actually cut through it. Or sometimes you can move it from side to side, and if the pipe does move a bit, then you're probably going to have enough play to be able to slip a fitting on. So there we go, we've made our cut. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of water coming out, so obviously get yourself a towel or a bucket. So this is kind of the next level up. You can either use a straight push fit fitting, but they need so much spring, I don't tend to recommend these. So what we're going to do is get ourselves a compression fitting. We're working on 22mm pipe here, so we're going to get 22mm compression fitting. And what we're going to do is we're going to spring this pipe apart. It's going to be really difficult sometimes, spring it apart. And you're going to slip the nut and the olive over one piece, and you're going to slip the nut and the olive over another. And then you should have, if you have enough room, sometimes you have to wiggle this out this way, and then you can push everything back together and tighten this up with a set of grips. Once we've got all that made up, just give that a little nip up. Right, the most advanced way of trying to fix a pinhole leak. So now we're going to use the same method we did for cutting earlier on. We're going to find out exactly where the pinhole is and either get our pipe slice blade or our hacksaw blade directly over it and do our cut again. It's a very similar way of fixing the same problem, but not using a compression fitting or obviously Jubilee clip and bits and bobs like that. This time we're going to create a really permanent fix and use a soldered fitting. Now it's very important when you're soldering that the pipe is completely empty of water, otherwise it will not solder, and also that the pipe itself is very, very clean, otherwise it won't solder. So we're going to let all our water out here. This is going to be the difficult bit for any job. I mean, we've got it nice and easy here. We can see straight away that we've got only this little bit of pipe, but for demonstration purposes, it's going to be fine. So the next thing we want to do, we've cut exactly where we wanted to. Look at that, that's how bad my aiming is at the moment. I pretty much just missed the pinhole nearly, but it should still be fine. So first up, we're going to do our very best to clean the pipe. You know, I haven't got much movement here, but let's get that pipe as clean as possible. We only want to be doing this once. Now, sometimes, obviously, you're not going to have the luxury of being able to get one of these tools around here, so you're going to need to use a little bit of emery cloth, use your brain. Sometimes you might even have to come down to the poor man's way of cleaning a bit of pipe and just popping some flux over it and then getting your burner on there and just burning off the flux and giving it a rub down with a flannel. Next thing, most important, that no one ever does, is clean out your fitting. Clean out the inside of your fitting. I'm kind of cheating today. I'm actually going to use a capillary fitting or a Yorkshire fitting, but you're going to see me do something with it, okay, that every plumber does. Every plumber who buys a Yorkshire fitting runs a little bit of solder in as well. It's just how it is. You're just never happy. Never happy. But give me a plumber who's happy though, eh? I've looked high and low for my last flux brush and I can't seem to find it, so I'm just going to run a little bit of flux on the pipe right here. Put that on there like that. And then this one here is not going to be as easy to do, so just a little bit of sludge like that. Look at that, lovely. Even though most flux now is soluble, you don't want to leave any flux in the pipe. Pop this on here, give that a twist. They're now recommending as well that you don't actually use flux on the inside of a fitting for the same reason. So then, now we're going to just get on here, give this a solid close-ups on how to do it. Boom, we got fire. So there we go. Oh, why not have a close-up? As you can see, I always like to heat up from the bottom and then run my soldering from the top. The reason I do that is because I know then, if it's hot enough for it to run all the way around, it's actually going to run around the whole fitting. That little rub. There we go, look at that. This flux is so good for this sort of thing. It's really, really good. Now we should be able to see that we've fixed all the leaks. So now that we've got our solder fitting done up, we've got our compression fitting done, and we've got our rudimental quick fix done and everything's okay, the water is, as you can see, already on. And if you want me to prove it, I'll pull the end off here again. Look, there we go, water's coming out. So there you go, full proof that these are the three main methods that people use to fix pinhole pipe leaks. I'd always recommend though that if you've got that problem, especially if you've got a few pinholes along the way, it's a good idea that you replace the whole pipe length. So there you go, I hope you found today's video helpful and informative. If you've got any questions or that you think there's something we could have done better or that we've missed something out, please let us know in the comments.